What is up, everybody? How's it going? We are live with this day. I think it's day 6 of the challenge. I've only been able to really work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but it don't matter. The weekend don't care if you don't want to work. So I'm in day 6, and it's good to have you, everybody. So we're gonna wait a little bit, get enough people on here, and then we're gonna freaking get rolling. Today is an important day for a lot of you that don't know how to run this business, because Mondays are days that you check in with yourself. You got to make sure you're hitting the right numbers, make the right things. So we will wait a little bit, and then I'll show you guys what to do. Man, my shirt's looking wrinkly today. Whew. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Joe, what's up, Joe? I don't know. Joe can talk. He's probably at work. I'm putting on my jacket, man. My shirt's looking wrinkly today. All right. What's up, Joe? Good. All right, guys. Well, we're live, and if you guys need anything, just message me in the chat. Today, we're going to be going over looking at numbers, how we did last week. You got to hold yourself accountable, just like if you had if you had team members and people working for you, you hold them accountable to what they did. You got to hold yourself accountable too. So we're going to look over and see what I was actually able to get done in the couple hours of work. And if I didn't hit my goals, then I'm not going to hit my goals, right? I'm not going to get a deal if I'm not doing what I need to do every day, right? All right. So let's give it some time. We're gonna wait a little bit for people to hop on live, and then I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to run your Monday meetings with either your team or with yourself, and that's about it. So let's go right here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. Nick, can you still hear me and everything? Yeah? All right. Good. All right. Well, let's wait a little bit. And by the way, for anyone watching live, if you want to just type in where you're watching this from so we can talk, I can see where everybody's tuning in from. And then we'll go over what's extremely important today, and that is holding yourself accountable for your activities for the previous week, just like you would hold anyone. You would hold employees accountable. You want to hold yourself accountable. But yeah, if you guys want, just write in the chat where you're coming from, and we'll get started. We got a lot to go over today. It's going to be a good day. All right. We got someone from Midvale, Utah. All right. I was like, what's you? And then I'm like, Utah. All right, cool. And as you know, I got to stay hydrated. Got my trusted sparkling water from Kirkland. I'm not sponsored by Kirkland yet, but I'm getting there. Costco's the real wholesaler out there is going to sponsor me one day. That's the goal. All right. Where else is everybody from? Just comment in the live, in the chat. I know people in my mentorship that are watching this. We got Nick from the South. You got Nick and Joe are from the South, and South is a good place. I grew up in Georgia. All right. That's what I heard, man. That's what I've been hearing. All right. Well, let's just go right into it. This is day 6. Oh, we got Buffalo, New York. I like to see that. Tampa. All right. Cool. All right. So what does Monday look like? All right. Because it's the beginning of the week. What do? Do you just start going back into work? Do you start going back into action? Well, before I go into that, I'm going to recap for everyone that has not been on the challenges before, the day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you weren't here, I'm going to recap the challenge really quick for you. All right. So let's go right into it. Let's do a quick recap for you guys. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. Got to get my little blueprint for how we do business. All right. So recap. of day 1 through 3. For every, no, if you weren't here for the challenge, this is what we did. So on day 1, I gave you guys the free wholesaling noob starter pack. Okay. So if you haven't seen that yet and you want to get it, you just got to go to investorthrive.com. What I'm doing is there's a lot of people that sign up for calls and want to learn how to wholesale, but they don't have the funds or they're not willing to invest in themselves in a mentor, whether it's me or someone else. So they just want to learn for free. That's cool. That's how I started. So if you go to my website and you scroll down to, are you brand new to wholesaling and broke? It's okay. I was broke when I first started. You don't have to be broke to not want to, have someone teach you. But anyway, if you go to get your free wholesaling noob starter pack, very simple. You just go in there, type in your name, number, email, and you will get access to free courses. By the way, the free courses right now, I'm switching them over to a new platform. So just give me, if they're not pulling up, they're going to be up. Free Facebook group, Painless Wholesaling Podcast, my podcast, if you want to learn how other people are learning. Free trainings on my YouTube channel. Free Discord community. If you haven't seen the Discord community, you need to join. It's got a bunch of investors that are networking together, as you can see. It's all good. We're all chatting. We help each other dispo deals. I use it. You have free contracts that I give you. You get a free trial to batch leads. Also, you can try out other softwares. You can click here for scripts. Here's the deal calculator. The deal calculator is not free, but it's very, very inexpensive for a calculator. It runs all the scenarios that you can run through. Here's the planner that's free. And then if you want to book a call with me, great. I'd like to chat with you, see if you're a fit for what we're doing. Okay, so I gave you the free noob starter pack. I taught you how to reverse engineer your goals on the planner. I helped you set up your systems, like your KPIs, your calendar, everything. I helped you set that up. And then we started networking to find buyers. Okay. Thankfully, I have some good buyers now, and I have a title company I can use, and I know what people are buying in my area because of what I've done. So now it's when I go make offers, it's not that difficult. Someone said, what is the website again? The website is investorthrive.com. Again, it's investorthrive.com. You go there, scroll down, get your noob starter pack for free. Everything's in there is free other than the calculator, but again, you don't have to buy it. There you go. All right. So after day 1, we went on day 2. We did a quick recap. Then I explained the story of why what I teach is extremely important to starting your investing journey. Okay. You need to have relationships with buyers and understand what people are buying before you go look for a deal, because you could waste a lot of your time and money. I know, because I started doing that and I wasted a lot of time and my money. We went over the calendar that I created to show you guys the schedule of what a wholesaler should be doing. We networked to find buyers. We found other buyers. I started networking, and I found a deal, and I got a contract. I got a deal under contract in my second day on market. I made an offer and got accepted. Okay. And I showed everyone how to make offers on market. Day 3, we went over the motto. We showed you the importance of role playing every day, except Monday, because that's when we have our team meeting. We called an attorney. I got my offer. I made some more offers. And then I showed you guys how to set up a walkthrough with a real estate agent so you could send your cash buyers through. Okay. So that was a lot. We got a lot done on day 1 through 3, and that was only in a couple hours of working. Okay. I wasn't working all day. It was maybe a total of 6 hours in 3 days. And, I'm realizing there's not that much you can really do in a couple hours a day when you don't have your system set up. Now, if you have your system set up, it's a little easier. So what is today? Well, guys, we just recapped day 1 through 3. So we're going to go over the calendar right now to show you what it looks like when someone starts their day as a wholesaler on Monday. So as I told you, you want to wake up, you want to do your reading. Reading is extremely important. And you want to drive to work. I mean, if you don't work at home, I drove to work. So you want to have a weekly team meeting. Okay. What is the importance of having a weekly team meeting? And if you do not have a team, that's fine, but you need to start the week off by holding yourself accountable or others accountable. Okay. That you employ, because if you just go every week and nobody really knows how the train is rolling on the tracks, if you just go for it, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right. So how do you run a weekly meeting with yourself to hold yourself accountable? How do you check your KPIs and all that? So what we're going to do really quick is at the end of every day, you should be filling out your KPI tracker you made with me, or you should have one. I didn't fill mine out on Friday because I just fill it out when I'm on the lives with you, but you should be filling out at the end of the day. So let's see how I did on Friday really quick. So this is for Friday, and then I'm going to show you all the data that's available, and then you can put it into a weekly view to see how you did for the week. All right, so did I wake up early? Yes. Did I read? Yes. Did I do my KPI stand-up review? Yes. Did I repeat my motto? Yes. Did I check posts that I made and respond? I don't think I did. Okay. And that's the problem with not doing it that day, because you kind of have to guess. So don't do what I'm doing. I'm just doing this because this is a challenge. Did I make a Facebook post on my personal group? I did. Yep. Call sellers, follow up with sellers. How many calls made? So guys, I'll be real in this live, because I'm setting up the systems and showing you guys how to do everything. I'm struggling. I'm not hitting my calls. And I believe those calls and those are going to hit once we establish the base, the foundation. But yeah, I'm not really hitting my calls. I made like 2 seller calls on Friday. I freaking suck. Like, do I really think I'm going to hit my goal of getting a deal within 30 days with these numbers? No, you can't. You really can't. You can't be, even though I have a house under contract, we're going to get to that. It's, if you're not making the calls, you're freaking going to struggle. Okay. Did I prospect lead generation? Yes. I found 5 new buyers for the deal that I had. Now that was what I spent most of my day. I tried selling my deal, and I showed a lot of people how to find buyers. I think my talk time was an hour. Again, if you have a CRM, you don't have to fill out this stuff manually, but this is, I've showed you guys, if you're balling on a budget, how to do this. Did I comp? I only comped 1 property. So I'm really falling behind on the numbers that I need to hit. As you can see, 2.5, 5. I did that. That was fine, but I'm struggling on the calls. Did I make 5 offers? I did not. Did I network and talk to at least one of my top cash buyers? I did. Did I attend the daily coaching calls? Contract signed? I did not have a contract signed that day. Did I close deals? 0. Did I track KPIs at the end of the day? I didn't. I'm doing it right now. How do you think today went? It went well. I did go well. I was able to get a lot of good information. Did I listen to the Painless Wholesaling podcast? No. Okay. So the cool thing about what we're doing right now is, as you fill out your KPIs, if you go here to your my daily KPI tracker on Google, and you go to responses, you can go in the spreadsheet, and let's see, take out trash. Okay, this should be recording all the previous. So I must have trashed it on accident. Golly. So anyway, this should have had the responses from the previous 3 days of the challenge, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have no idea why I didn't do it. It says it was in the trash, so maybe I trashed it and tried to do a new one. But let's see. Challenge KPI. Is this it? This might be it. Okay. For some reason, there's a duplicate. My daily KPIs and the challenge KPIs. Okay. So I have a duplicate for some reason. There you go. That's it. Man, why is that? Why do I have this duplicate? Let me get rid of this piece of trash. Okay. Here it is. Daily KPI challenge. That's the one we wanted. So what I can do, and guys, I should have been more prepared, but what you can do is you can take this form, and these are showing you daily. You can add these up so it's a weekly. So you can see, okay, how did I do last week? So weekly numbers, right? And instead of looking at the daily to see how you did, it will show you, if you put it into a graph or a chart, you can see the daily. So the thing that's interesting is, usually with KPIs, everyone has specific roles, right? There's a dispositions person, there's an acquisitions. But if you're running your company, the way that I have the KPI sheet is, I have us doing a lot of things that are additional to like just a specific role, like acquisitions or dispositions or marketing, because you have to do multiple things as you're building your business. You got to post, you have to get ready for the day, you have to track your KPIs. So a lot of this stuff in the daily KPI tracker is additional to normal things that you would need in this business. And let me give you an example. So in this KPI tracker, let's see, where is this thing? Okay, let me go here. It's actually right here. Okay. Where is this? Here we are. So if you go to number 2 under setting up your business, keeping track of the KPIs of the business is the purpose of the meeting. So track your weekly KPIs. Okay. So this is an example of a KPI spreadsheet. All right. This is something that everybody is going to need to understand how to work, right? So in last week, this is from 2022. I need to change the numbers, the dates, but you would basically say, okay, in sales, in acquisitions, how many leads did I get? The goal would be, 25. So you could say, man, I only got 3, for example. And you'd be like, okay, number of calls made. I needed to do 50 a day. How many did I really do? Right. And your KPI spreadsheet that you have should tell you how many that you did. And I'll be transparent with you guys. How many calls did I really make? Oh my gosh, in 3 days, because I was setting up the systems and doing the live and I talk a lot, trying to teach you guys this stuff, I made a total of 5 calls. Holy shnikes. That is trash. All right. So I made a total of 5 calls. Call time. Okay. So you look here at call time. All right. Let's see. So this was 2 hours, 3 hours of call time. Okay. And my goal was 12. So I'm 9 hours short on call time. Offers made. How many offers did I make? I need to change this. How many offers made? It just says yes or no to 5. I made 1 offer in the 3 days that I did this. Terrible. Contract signed. I did get 1 contract signed. Okay. So that's not terrible. Projected spread on that. Well, we'll get to that later. Let's just say your projected spread on each contract should be at least 15. And this spreadsheet is 25, so we can just say 25. Number of deals closed, 0. So here is what you need to, like, if you want to see progress in your business, you need to be able to say, okay, at the beginning of the week, Nate, how did you really do to hit your goals? How many calls did you make when you know you need to hit 250? Well, I freaking did 5. I'm trash. I'm not going to hit my goals. Okay. And I'm not hating on myself. I think I'm great. I believe in myself, but I can see now, like, wow, okay, no wonder I'm not close to hitting my goal, right? If my goal is, 2 deals a week, because these are the numbers that are required. So it's not, excuse me, it's not a guessing game. It's not a game of like, wow, well, I don't know why I'm not succeeding. Here it is. This tells you exactly why, if you're on track, you're not. Now, if you crush these numbers every week and you're not killing it and you're not hitting your goals, it's mainly because maybe you're missing out on sales skills. You're not hitting up the right people. Your marketing might be off. You might be calling the wrong people. Then it's easier to determine. So Dispo, same thing. Let's see right here. BC contract signed. So we had 1 signed. And by the way, I know these dates are wrong, but I'm just filling this out just to show you. Offers made. This could be offers made by buyers. 3 offers made. Number of walkthroughs, 0 on the deal I have. People spoke to. I talked to like 6 buyers and needs 20. Call time. You also need to track your call time difference if it's to buyers and to sellers. So my bad, I didn't do that. So let's just say 1 hour. And number of calls made. Again, this tracks the difference between calls made to buyers and calls made to sellers. I'd say maybe 5 calls to buyers. So again, I'm off it, but again, these numbers are if you're trying to crush it and do like 2 deals a week, right? So you can readjust these, and we talked earlier last week about how you could readjust your numbers according to the calculator of like what needs to be done on the weekly to hit the goal I want. So I didn't have this spreadsheet completely built out because I'm busy. I should have done better. But here is how you manage yourself, right? Because if you say, hey, this is what I need to do with sales, this is what I need to do with Dispo, this is what I need to do in my revenue and this is what the marketing needs to look like. It's how much direct mail I need to send out, or PPC, or whatever your marketing is. This holds you accountable. And that's what the Monday meeting is for. Okay. So when I showed you guys here this calendar, when you meet with yourself or your team, you really need to sit down and say, okay, realistically, how am I doing? How am I doing? Did I hit the number of calls I need to make? According to the numbers that are here in the spreadsheet, I'm far off. Okay. And in this challenge, I'm being real with you guys. Like, I'm not here to flex. This is me. It's just one guy working part-time while I run up my other business. This is really what I was able to accomplish as I was going live. Okay. Because after the live, I don't really work because I'm doing other stuff. So I need to step it up. I need to pivot. I need to figure out what I can do to get these numbers up. And maybe what I can do is stop talking so much and trying to teach you guys, and I should just work. But I'm trying to make this educational and help you learn along the way instead of just working, right? Maybe as we establish the base foundation, I'll just work. But I hope this is helpful. Let me hear something in the comments if you guys can. Do you believe me showing you this and the numbers and how to run your meeting and hold yourself accountable, is that useful? Or is this stuff like, Nate, just call sellers and show us how you negotiate? Like, I'm curious for the people that are watching this live. Give me some feedback. Is showing you the Monday meeting structure in the very beginning of the day, holding yourself accountable for last week and seeing, am I on track or not? Does this help you guys understand how it helps you accomplish your goals by seeing the right numbers and what you have to do to succeed? Yeah, without a game plan, right? Exactly. Thank you, Nick. Because if you guys can't hear it, Nick, people my mentorship are watching too, and they're on Google, another feed. But that's it. Like, I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't succeed in this business is they think if they just keep grinding or turning the wheels and something will happen. But this, like, the numbers show you like exactly what needs to happen in order to hit your goals. And if I don't have if I don't have success, what, like, Nick, is it that what's the word? Is it that hard to determine why now I didn't see any results in the last 3 days I've been doing this live if I look at my numbers and I know what I need to actually hit? Right. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, no, there's no second guessing, right? So check in every week, check in every day, and then if you're not hitting your goals, then don't cry about it. You don't be like, well, I don't know, I'm not getting any deals. It's like, bro, the math is right there. Okay. So anyway, that is what we do on Mondays. Okay. And on this live, that's what I wanted to show you is Mondays is important for running through your KPIs. And you can get all this in this mind map if you have it, everything I'm talking about. All right. So after we go over our KPIs in the, I think I'm on day 4. Let's see. Yeah. So after we went over our KPIs in the Monday meeting, let's make sure we're doing everything else. So because I run the Monday meeting, I don't have I don't do role playing on Monday. Let's right here, it says check posts you've made and respond. So we have a lot to go over today. So we've already done this in the challenge before. I've checked posts that I've made on other people's Facebook groups, and I've made posts in my Facebook group. We're not going to mess around with that just because we got a lot to do. Post on your personal Facebook group. We already did that. We didn't do it, but we talked about it. Call sellers, follow up with sellers, and do tasks. So before the live, I didn't call sellers because as we've been doing this live, I haven't had a lot of leads come in. I haven't been able to do it. It's mainly been getting relationships, but I have the right amount of relationships now. So I feel pretty confident in calling sellers now. Start prospecting. And so that's pretty much what we're going to do right now. We went over this. Okay. All right. So I have to hit you guys up with the truth. All right. Cause I'm a very honest person. Cause that's how I do business. It's time to hit you guys with the sauce. All right. I got to tell you straight. So I told you all I got a deal under contract on Thursday. I was excited about it. Okay. I was ready to go. And the reason why I got the house under contract is I talked to the agent, and he told me the ARV was about 550, 525 to 550. And I got the house under contract for 390, and it needed minimal work. So I was, with the numbers that I was able to run, it was an okay deal. It was a decent deal. I know I might have had to renegotiate it a little bit, but I just went for it because I was new to the area. I said, okay, I need to get a deal under contract. I need to send it to a hedge fund to see what they're willing to pay. And that was what Friday. I spent most of my day on Friday trying to talk to buyers, trying to get their offers, trying to sell the deal. And this is what I found out. I got duped. All right, the agent, I didn't dive into the deal as much as I should have. The agent told me the ARV was 550 to 525 to 550. As I was trying to sell the deal, a lot of the people were like, bro, that's not the ARV. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The agent told me. I looked at it, I did a quick glance, and they were like, nah, man, that's a vinyl sided. I found out that in Georgia, if it's brick, it's valued at more. If it's vinyl siding or any other siding, it's not as valuable. So I was comparing my property to brick homes, and I found out that the ARV is more like 450. So not a deal at all, right? And I found that out really quick because I had the relationships with the buyers in place. Now I wouldn't even have had the house under contract if I had the buyers, because I would have just been like, okay, I already would have known, or I wouldn't know the area. But like I said, this is my second day in the area when I got this contract in the market. Guys, this happens to me. This happens to someone that's been wholesaling for 4 years plus. You get houses at the wrong price. That's exactly what the painless wholesaling method is made to avoid these issues. But I'm showing you that I had that problem. So I'm going to have to go back, and within a day, I knew I had my deals off because I worked with buyers, and I reached out to them, and I knew, right? I didn't spend weeks trying to move this deal. I was just able to find out immediately. Okay. And it's kind of frustrating because I trusted the agent, and now I have to call him, and I'm going to call him live for everyone to see. I'm going to either renegotiate the deal, or I'm going to have him cancel it. Okay. But one thing I realized as I'm doing this live, guys, is the importance of having great buyers, as I teach this, but also the importance of knowing how to analyze a deal, because a lot of you can end up wasting your time on a deal if you believe it's a deal from what someone said, and you can just waste your time. And luckily, because I have experience, it only took me 1 day to find out that I was way off and no one was going to buy this deal. So I wanted to tell you guys that I fell into the trap. I lied to myself. I thought it was going to, I thought I had a deal, but the ARV was wrong, and it happens. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to avoid for you guys, is this not happening, because it happens to the best of us. All right. Because I didn't know the area, I got it at the wrong price. I let you guys all down. Hope you guys can forgive me. Will you forgive me? I told you I had a deal. I was stoked about it. And I listened to the agent. The agent duped me. And now he's going to, he duped me, but I'm about to talk to him, be like, bro, this ARV is not 550 like you said. It's more like 450. So what goes around comes around. I'm not saying he did on purpose, but you're not going to be able to pull one over someone that's buying a house, or even a wholesaler can't even sell the house because the price is too high. So anyway, I want everyone in the comment section to say, hey, who's locked up a property at the wrong price, and because of a bad information, or just listening to someone, or not really diving in deep into the numbers. I want to see. Okay, even if you haven't done a deal, I think this is something that faces everybody. Like, that impacts everybody, not just me. But I want to know, how many people have locked up a property at the wrong price and had to renegotiate or cancel it? I know it's happened to us all, right? Don't quit playing. All right. Well, so this is what we got to do today. I'm going to show you, because I know that if we continue this challenge without me showing everyone how to run numbers, and without me being able to run my numbers like really the right way, I'm going to waste a lot of my time. Okay. So that's what we're going to next. I apologize again. I got a house too high again with lack of the right information, but let's freaking go for it. So I have someone saying, Nathan, what do you think about San Diego market? Should I change my market? Well, I could get into that later. Let's see what about this. Absolutely have had to go back to the seller. Okay. So let me show everyone right now in the process of getting a deal from start to finish, how to analyze a deal. Okay. So we talked as we've been going through this challenge, we went through the mindset piece. We picked our market, and that person said, hey, should I leave San Diego? I think San Diego, just personally, just being really quick about it, San Diego is probably a fine market. You're just probably not taking enough actions. If we're going to be real about it, you're probably not doing enough calls. You're probably not making enough offers or maybe contacting enough buyers to really do anything. Not you specifically. I'm not calling you out, but I'm just saying in general, I think when people want to leave a market, they're probably just not taking enough action and they think it's the market. So after step 2, picking your market, we want to network to find cash buyers. Luckily, because of what I've gone through in the process, I have great buyers right now. I know what people are buying. I can sell my deals real quick. So now that you have your buyers, let's talk about how to analyze a deal. Knowing what a deal is so they're easier to find. That's so important right now. We have the buyers. We know their criteria. Now we got to go find a deal for them. All right. But before we can go find a deal, we have to know what a deal is. So how do you analyze a deal? Okay. Well, I've done a lot of videos in the past on how to analyze deals, but here's the video, but we're going to redo it right now. So where do you find comps? Very simple. Batch leads is a great place to find comps. Here's a video on how to do it. And again, right here, you can find comps, no problem. All right. Zillow is another great place to find comps. All right. MLS data is the best place to find comps because they have all the data. All right. But if you don't have MLS access, well, you need to use Zillow or batch leads. Okay. So in the process of finding out if you have a deal, what is the most important thing you have to do first? Well, you have to find the ARV, and the ARV stands for after repair value. How do you find after repair value of a property? Well, you find flipped comps. Okay. And I'm going to do this live with this deal that I have. All right. Find flipped comparables. After you find flipped comparables, you're supposed to determine the rehab budget. How do you determine the rehab budget? Well, you can ask specific questions to the seller. If you're working virtually, you can ask them to take pictures. If they can't, then just maybe have someone go get pictures for you. But most people know how to take pictures now. In your backyard, you can just go see the house. Here's an in-depth repair sheet that I give people. I've never used this because I don't really care what a roof costs or any of this stuff costs. I'm a wholesaler. I'm not a rehabber. I don't need to know all this stuff. I just give this to people if they really want it in my program. But the quickest way that I find out what a house needs is you just have this little formula. Okay. You have light, average, and heavy repairs. You just take the square footage and you multiply it by light, which is $18 per square foot, average 24, or heavy. This determines if a light is carpet, tile, paint. If it's average, it has that plus kitchens and bathrooms. If it's 40, if it's heavy, it needs everything. Okay. So this is how to determine a rehab budget. That's very simple. You just determine if it's light, average, or heavy, and you multiply it by the square footage. And here is a document that kind of explains it. Pretty simple. Okay. Not hard at all. All right. So after you establish the ARV, you need to find the repairs, and that's it. So calculate the offer. Let's see. So you can present the information to your cash buyer, then ask them what they would want to pay. That's a really easy way to calculate your offer. You just say, hey, cash buyer, what would you pay? And then you get below it, right? The easy, quick way to make an offer is make an offer 50% of Zillow estimate and see if they are open to it. That's a very fast way. Just look at Zillow and be like, hey, I'll offer you blank. And if they're open to it, then you have a good deal because they just accepted 50% of Zillow. This is another way. 70% times ARV minus repairs. So even with this formula, you need to go find ARV. So 70% of ARV minus repairs minus your wholesale fee is your offer price. That is probably one of the quickest ways to do it. And because I talked to my buyers in this area, I talked to them this morning. I talked to them on Friday. They're actually buying in Atlanta. They're saying that most flippers are buying at 75% to 78%. Okay, in general. And if it's 75%, if it needs a big rehab, and 78% if it's a lighter rehab. Son of a gun. 78% if it is a lighter project rehab, right? The bigger the rehab, the more money the flipper is going to want to make. All right. So this is that's what I was able to find through this process and finding buyers first. I was able to find out that my people in Atlanta are paying a little bit more than the traditional. Now, this is an okay way to run your numbers. This is the quick and easy way. I don't really want to do the quick and easy way always. I want to be exact on what my buyers will pay. So the best way to make an accurate offer is by using this deal analyzer calculator. Okay. If you guys have, I'm going to call it, actually, it's the deal analysis calculator. This calculator gives you everything you need to know on how to find the exact offer to make. Okay. Not just a percentage, but the exact offer. All right. So let's go and let's run the numbers on the deal I had. Okay. So here is the deal. Okay. So the deal was listed at 425. I looked at the pictures. Okay. This is a live breakdown using the calculator, by the way. So here's the deal. It looked okay. It looked like it just needed to, the floors just needed to be refinished, new carpet, maybe paint looks fine. It didn't, maybe some flooring in there didn't look too bad. Maybe a new fireplace, bathrooms didn't look terrible. It wasn't a terrible house, right? So I just figured, ARV 550, this house doesn't need that much work. It would be a good project, right? So when he said 550 as the ARV 525, I was like, yeah, that seems like a good deal. So I had it under contract at 390, which is still not perfect. I'll run the numbers for you, but I knew I could get closer, right? So let's run some numbers. So he said 550 was the ARV. My offer was 390. So that's where you put it. You put the ARV at 550. You put the price that you're buying it from at 390. You calculate the money that your flipper is going to borrow, because the flipper is going to get hard money, usually at 12%, 2 points. He's going to put 15 down. It's usually going to take about 6 months. I thought this rehab might take like 4 months. It barely needs any rehab. So the whole time is less. If my flippers that I know they're agents. So instead of paying to list it, there's a discount. Instead of a 6%, they do 3%, and closing costs about 1%. Okay. So my rehab budget on this deal was like $50K. Okay. Actually, I think I even said it was like, I think I was like at 40 because I didn't think it would be that much. So if you look at this, the rule of thumb is, can the flipper make, it used to be 10% during like the pandemic where people were just trying to take deals, but can the flipper, they want to make 15 to 20%. So you want to say, can the flipper make 15 to 20% of, is their net profit 15 to 20% of the ARV? So you would basically just take this number and see, are they making 15 to 20%? So 0.15. Okay. So still, my flipper is a little off, right? Like my net profit, the flipper wants to make at least 82. But for me, I'm like, I guess I justified it. I was like, nah, I know my flipper probably would be open to making less because it's such a low rehab. It doesn't need that much work. And let's say I put my wholesale fee of 10, they'd make 63. According to my numbers and what I know to be true, is a flipper definitely will take it at 15%. If he can make 15% on his net profit. Here, according to my numbers, if I would have given it to someone and it was a 40K rehab, they would have made 63. I still think someone would have purchased that, but because my numbers were wrong and it's actually 450, my flipper, if he bought this deal, dude, he'd lose $31,710 if he took this deal from me. So no wonder I was way off. It's not a deal. No one's going to take it. The only way that this would be a deal is if I can get it let's see. That's probably more like it. Let's see. No, not even maybe 290. Someone would probably take it if I could get it at 290 for myself and then wholesale to someone and add my fee, wholesale to someone for 300,000, someone would probably take it. That's probably like the bottom line. And that's if I find a flipper that can do it in 4 months that is going to list it himself and has low closing costs. So that's how this calculator works. You run the numbers for the flipper and you have your fee, and you got to make sure they're making 15 to 20%. And if they're not quite making 15 to 20%, it needs to be dang close or it's not a deal. Because these are the numbers that flippers are running. Okay. So I just ran the whole deal through, the whole thing through with you, but I'm just going to do it step by step. So when you do this deal evaluation, you go to the deal, the flip tab, flip deal evaluation, or the wholesale tab. I'm wholesaling this, so I'm on the wholesale deal evaluation. Only the red numbers need to be changed. These numbers, right? Don't change anything else, or you'll get messed up. You'll mess up your formulas. Determine sales price on resale, ARV. So let's run some comps on this deal just so you can see how I did it. So I like to use batch leads, but I also like to use Zillow when I run comps. I don't really use Redfin that much. So let's just go really quick to Zillow. All right. So this house is right here. You take the address and you put it in here. So we're running comps right now. All right. So you take this address, you put it in here because you want it to like zone in on the location. I don't know why it's not zoning in. Okay, let's see. Here it is. All right. So then you want to look around because you can't really use sold comps right now. You got to use for sale because the market's changing. I'm looking to see what houses that are similar to this are selling for. So I go right here to beds and baths. Mine's a 4.2. So 4.2. I want single family. I just want houses. I don't want to comp it with anything else. I want let's see. Mine is 2,800 square feet. So I want to put anything within let's say 500 square feet of that. So we'll just go 3,500 and we'll go to 2,200. Okay. So let's see what's for sale around here. So 345. Wow, look at that, guys. This is flipped. It's smaller than mine, but it's at 345 and it's been on the market for 6 days. Okay. It could be a different area, right? Because I don't know the area perfectly, but 345. And look at this one, 425. So this area, it could be like a crappier area. Let's see, 525. So look, 550 is what I said the ARV could be. Look at this. This is brick. This is what they were telling me about. They're like, yo, yours is vinyl, but look at these nice brick ones. Like, wouldn't you rather live in this house that's brick? Most likely. And this is 525. Even though it's a little bit smaller, 525. Okay. So the chances of this being 525 when you can get this one the other one being worth 550, no chance, right? Let's see what else. So 400K. Oh, wow. That's real nice. I like that. That looks cool. Okay. So this is 400,000 for this one. Oh my gosh. And it looks cool. So you're telling me that my house at 425, I can go buy this one that looks a lot doper? Come on. I'm buying this one all day. Okay. Let's see. 400,000. Ooh, look at that. That one's slick. Not flipped, but neither is mine. Ooh, it's got a nice little pond. And again, you got to be careful because I don't know this area perfectly well. I just got here, but this area over here might be not as good as this one, but I doubt it. I doubt it's like that much worse. 425. Look at this. Ooh, nice. Look at that, guys. So again, 450. I'm starting to think that my comp of 450, it's probably not even worth 450. Because look at this. This thing's looking pretty slick too. In order for mine to get that slick, probably need more than 40K. So I'm way off, brother. That's scary. Okay, let's look at this one. 464. Oh my gosh, 3,437. It's not flip, but it's way bigger and it's brick. Okay. 425. Let's see another one. Okay. All right. We're done. All right. Now you guys can see from me running some comps, I think ARV is more. I think my ARV is more like 425. So what I do is I go back to the calculator and I say, shoot, you know what, man? My ARV is 425, unfortunately. And let's look at these bathrooms. Let's see if these bathrooms are done. That's not like the nicest. Is that tile? That's a okay bathroom. Didn't even do the bathroom down there. 3 bathrooms. Okay, wow. 3 bathrooms. Mine has 2. Shoot. I'm way off. All right. So let's go 12%, 2 points, 15% down. Let's say mine will take 6 months to flip. Let's say that they don't have commission. They don't have someone to list it and it's 1%. So, and let's say it's 50K. So even at 290, everyone, even at 290, my flipper is only making 22%. I mean, sorry, 22,000, which is not even close to where they need to be on this property. Not even close. And I'm at 390 because I got my numbers wrong. Oh my dear goodness. I got duped. What a disaster. Okay. All right. So let's go back here just to make sure I'm following the rules on here. So you enter the cost to buy the house. Again, remember our cost to buy the house is 390, but I know I need to get it. So my guy makes 20%, 15 to 20%. So at 250, so where I'm making 10, that looks like that's where it needs to be. Let's see. Update the numbers at the right of the calculator, highlighted blue. Annual interest. These are what all the numbers mean. I already went over that, but this is for the cost of money. So if you go over here, this is how much it costs a flipper for the holding costs for each month. He's paying that in interest. And here's the total cost of money for his rehab right there. And then you have update, enter level of repairs. We already did that. This is if you have an exact bid. If you don't have an exact bid, you can go medium and just put in the square footage. If we go by medium, it's actually more than 50. It's 70,000 because my house actually needs bathrooms done too. So you would say, well, shoot, this house is probably going to be a lot more to rehab. That bathroom sucks. Where's the other bathroom? They probably didn't want to take a picture of the other bathroom because it's trash. Yep, no picture of the other bathroom. The kitchen, I would say the kitchen needs new countertops. Is that for mica? Yeah, that ain't going to cut it. And that backsplash is weak too. So, yeah, way off. Okay, update numbers to the right. Enter level repairs. I just showed you. If you're wholesaling the property, include your wholesale fee. We did it. Net profit to flipper needs to be at least 10% to 20% of the ARV, the property, for it to be a deal that would that someone would want to buy. Oof. Okay, there you go. So that is how you use the calculator. You put in the ARV, your cost to buy it. You keep the numbers. If you know your buyer, you can change the numbers. You have the rehab costs. if you don't know exact bid, you can put basic, and it will just take the square footage of it, and then you put your wholesale fee. So if you want to make big bank, but remember the flipper needs to make at least 10 to 20% of the ARV. Okay. And right now he's making 10%. So I would need to get it again at 250 for this to be a deal. Now this is the right way to do it. This is how flippers that actually get your deals will run their numbers. So why just do a formula like 70% or 78, 75% minus repairs minus your wholesale fee? If you can just run the numbers for them, make sure they're getting their money's worth, and then you can screenshot this for them, and then you can send it to them on a text message. Okay. So that's the importance of knowing your area. This rule pretty much applies nationwide, though. If you a flipper, for them to flip a deal, they're going to want to make a good return on their money, 10 to 20% of the net profit, the ARV for the net profit, if they're going to do it. And there's other things this calculator does, which I'll go over in the future, like burrs, novations, amortization for making offers, creative offers. But that's it. So because if you get one number wrong, which I got wrong was the ARV. If you get one number wrong, then your whole deal is dead. It's all off. So 450 is actually, this makes sense at 250, but where I'm at right now, not even close to making sense. Okay. So any questions on how to analyze deals the right way before you start going crazy in a market, just making stupid offers? Like me, I mean, I understand how to do this, but I just trust the agent would lie to me because I'm going to have to run it anyway. I figured he'd be straight about it. Okay. I love the calculator, but what if my market, the prices for rehab, for light, medium, rehab are different for square feet? So that's a great question. So you're saying, what if your market is different? All you have to do is type in, what it is for your market, right? So it's pretty simple. If it's 25, just change the numbers, right? You can update them. All right, let's see. I was told that in my market, 35 square feet is light, 50 and 75. Whoo, yeah. If that's the case for your market, that's crazy. Because good luck finding a deal in that market, because you'd have to get something so cheap. I'm not saying that your market, that's not right, but woo, that's crazy. If it's 35 for medium, when 40 is pretty much everything, according to what I have. If you use this calculator, you're going to be fine because it's going to calculate everything. But this is how I run numbers. Again, nobody has to do this. I'm just letting you know. If I would have looked at this deal and known the proper ARV, like I actually went through here and I looked at Zillow and I was like, okay, well, it looks like nothing that's similar to mine is selling for 550. I should have looked deeper, but I was like, I also wanted to get a house under contract just so I could submit it to the hedge fund that I found. And then they told me, because I submitted, they said, this doesn't work. This is what we're looking for. So I have a better idea of what that hedge fund wants. So it was kind of a twofold. I wanted to see what the hedge fund was doing, but yeah, anyway, any questions that anybody has on how to analyze a deal with the deal analyzer, deal analysis calculator? And again, you don't all have to use this. This is just awesome for before you start getting crazy making offers to determine what actually an offer is. And the cool thing is, if you run these numbers and it doesn't work, then you explore different options like creative financing. Then you explore novations. You say, hey, look, this is the number that's going to make sense. Is there any other options possible for us to move forward? Can I list it? Now, like with the novation, this is already listed, this property that I have, so I can't list it. Creative financing could potentially be an option because as long as I can pay the agent's fee in the down payment. And when I call this agent right now to break the news, I'll show you guys how to do it. But that is step 4 of analyzing deals, knowing what a deal is so they're easier to find. This way, in this challenge, I'm not going to waste any more of my time because I know where I need to be. And just to kind of give you a quick something really quick. When I talked to one of my buyers today, he said 78%, and he thought it was a 50K rehab. So he had the ARV at 450, and then he said I would be at about 78% minus repairs, which is 50,000, minus your wholesale fee of 10K, right? So we're at 291, and right here my offer is for it to make sense. Let's see if it runs the exact numbers, like if it's pretty close. So we'll go other, we'll go 290, 50, 12%, 2, 5, 6, 6. Let's just say he doesn't need it. Wow. Okay. So at 78%, this buyer that I'm talking to buys at 10%. He buys at 10%, around 10% on the ARV for the net profit. So that's a good buyer. And so the way I was running it, trying to make them 15% to 20%, like this guy that I just talked to, he's going to be able to buy it at a better price. I don't know if he's like 100% serious, but 290, that's not bad. Oh, but I'm making 25K. Hold on. That's why I was messed up. Never mind. So 10, I'm making 10, just like in this scenario where I made 10. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so yeah. That's it. I don't know if you guys understand what I just did, but I was just saying that the buyer I talked to this morning said he's buying about 78% right now, minus the repairs of 50K that he believes it is, and then I would add my fee in there of 10, so 291. So it's the same thing, right? So 450, I get it at 290. Myself, here are the hard money costs, 50K minus my fee. He's making about 15%. So that's where it kind of lines out. All right. Okay. Well, that was good. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions on how to use this, how to run numbers. There's multiple ways to do it. Again, you can do it the easy way. Let's see. You need to run comps, determine ARV, determine your rehab. You have the quick and easy way, or you have the calculator way, which is determined and it's super easy to use. Okay. All right. Well, let's freaking move on. Doesn't look like I have any more questions. So let's go right into the next step. Okay. So now that I know what the offers I need to be at, okay, I need to renegotiate the deal. I need to call this agent right now and say, hey, brother, I was off on my ARV and you know it. Why you giving me crappy deals, bro? Okay. So let me see. He actually texted me earlier today. So I'm going to chat with him right now. Let's see. Did you make contact with the renovation guy? I can meet any contract tomorrow if they're needed. Have you wired your earnest money? I said, Brian, wiring a dang thing, boy. Your deal is trash. Okay, I'm gonna call him. I would normally just text him, but and by the way, I'm gonna be really reluctant. I'm not gonna be like, dude, what are you screwed me, bro. I'm just gonna say, hey, look, man, I ran my numbers and I'm seeing an ARV more like 450.
Hey, Nathan.
Jay, how you doing?
Good morning, or good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing good. Do you have a couple minutes?
I do.
Good. Yeah, so I've over the weekend I've just been looking more into the deal and like researching the area, and I think I'm way off on what the ARV of what I could really resell this thing for. I thought it was 550, 525, but it doesn't really look like there's a lot of homes similar to this one that are selling in that area. So I think my numbers are way off on it. So I don't think I can do it at that price. And that wasn't my intention, wasn't to get it and just renegotiate, but that's honestly just seems like it doesn't even make sense at 395. I think it can sell. I'm seeing a lot of flip homes similar to this for like selling for 425. So
right.
It's I'm sure you knew that too, right?
Well, there's numbers side, so I go by a range. It depends on how you're upbidding it. So
yeah, even
honestly,
if it's
I've seen homes go for 150 more than it should in a neighborhood because of what they've done to a home. So I was going off of that you're gonna upper end this thing.
yeah, I've looked at some of the upper end places that are for sale on the market right now, and they seem to be like at 425, 450. So I think yeah, so what do you think the game plan is like for the seller, knowing that like even me being out of state and then looking at it deep and then seeing that it's not really probably a smart decision to flip this and then try to sell for 550. Like, do you think they're just gonna are they open to like lower offers? Are they just gonna hang out and wait for, I don't know, someone to overpay, or what do you think the plan for them is?
They haven't accepted a lower offer yet, so we've had other offers before yours.
Of course, right? Yeah, I'm sure everybody's been making you offers in the 300 low 300 range or 250 range.
Not quite that low, but yeah, in the threes.
Well, is there
so, I mean, today it doesn't work. I understand.
Yeah. Is there a play for like creative terms where we could take over, like make payments to seller? We could pay your commission, right, out of the down.
I tried that as well. We had another offer of that as well.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, they're not willing to take like any down payments or anything like that.
No, we had an offer that was the asking price. With that scenario.
And not open. What do you think they'd accept it if I brought something back to them like similar to that, or probably not?
No, again, they've already rejected something over the asking price.
Oh, over the asking price. Okay.
Yes, with that scenario. So you could come back, but again, he's already rejected one like that. We can go back to the other one that's higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I totally get it. I just didn't know if that was still on the table or if they would take something else.
No.
Okay.
At least not yet. I can't say no for him, but I can tell you that he's rejected one already.
Yeah. What's your thought on this deal? Do you think the longer you wait, you'll just find somebody like, I guess, me, that will come along, or do you feel like they're just going to have to take less?
Honestly, it's ideally suited for somebody who's probably going to move into it and fix it up as they live in it.
Yeah. So you're trying to find that really.
Be the best buyer for that.
Yeah, and they're willing to wait for that person, right?
They have been so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, my numbers, because I'm 100K off, pretty much my offer is like 100K off, because so mine's like 290, and I don't know if that's I don't know if they'd even be open to that.
They've had higher already, so no, I wouldn't think so.
What could you go back to and just say, hey, look, he was running his numbers off of a ARV that, probably was like 6 months ago, but it's definitely not, the market's not like that right now. What do you think they would be? Could you just go back and just give it a shot and just say, hey, look, he ran it wrong. Would you guys be willing to accept like 300,000?
Oh, he's already had cash offers higher than that. So no, I know he wouldn't.
What's the lowest that I would be able to throw out there that it would make, I guess, wouldn't be a waste of time?
I don't have his permission to tell you what he's received, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I can certainly ask him and see if he's willing to offer that.
Yeah, if you could just ask him, because again, my goal was never to like renegotiate, but
no, I get it. I totally understand, but it's got to make sense for you too.
Yeah, and
of course.
I just don't know what's happening in Atlanta right now, if it's going to go back up, if it's going to stay the same, but I basically just based it off of just what it currently is. So if the ARV is 425, 450, then I'm going to need it, for a lot less. So if you can go back and let me know what's the lowest he would take, and we can see if we can renegotiate it. I mean, I'm ready to move forward. We don't have to change the contract at all. We can still do it. It's just the numbers have to make sense.
Of course.
Okay. All right. Well,
very good. I'll let him know.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Jay.
No worries, man.
All
Thanks.
Right. Yeah, appreciate it. Bye. All right, there you go. That's renegotiating. So I was anchored him at like 290 because I know that's a deal. He says he's already denied offers higher than that. Understandable. It's not, no one's going to buy it. They say they're looking for the seller that's just willing to move in and fix it up themselves. that's one that's far and few between right now. Not a lot of people probably want to do that. Maybe when the market was super hot, people are willing to do that, but hasn't happened yet. I tried creative and they had a creative offer already at above asking. So creative's out. They didn't want that. You can't do a novation because novations, you have to list the property and, it's already listed. So that is what we found out today. All right. So now you all know how to call and renegotiate a deal. You call and you say, hey, this is where I need to be. I'm off, blah, blah, blah. Go to the seller, see what we can work out. So it's not completely dead, but I don't believe they're going to come down to 290. But we'll see. So that was today, everybody. And I still have some stuff I can show you. But that was pretty much what I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover, recap, going over the calendar, going over your KPIs and reviewing them, how to analyze a deal and before you start marketing. And that's pretty much where we're at right now is I have my buyers, I have my buy box, I have my criteria. I know where to go. I know where to market. What do we do now? Well, we know what the deals are. So we need to go find some deals now. Okay. And what we have some recommended tools to find deals. We have some recommended free strategies, which this challenge is how to get deals for free. But that is it. So let me tell you guys something. If you can establish this base, this foundation in your wholesaling company, if you can get your mindset right, if you won't let no's distract you or discourage you, if you can get you have the right mindset, if you can pick the right market for you and set up your business with the right KPIs, calendar, schedule, if you can network and find cash buyers so you know exactly what people are willing to pay, because that's exactly what I know now. I know what people are willing to pay and I know who my buyers are. If you know how to analyze deals for them and bring them deals like I do now, because I have my calculator, I'm ready to rock. Now I can start getting leads. And that's what this challenge is going to look like for pretty much the rest of the time is let's freaking find some deals now. Now let's analyze them because we know how, and let's bring them to our buyers because we have buyers already and we're ready to go. And I also can network a little bit more with buyers and try and get lists from them. I'm going to ask the hedge fund if they have any lists for me that I can call. I'm going to ask people, just continue to network, trying to find people that want to work. I actually have the buy box from the hedge fund, so I know exactly what they want. So I'm going to tell people as I network, hey, if you find anything like this, you send it to me. I have a buyer that's ready to go. And just so everybody knows, the hedge fund's criteria, if you bring me a deal, you can email it to me at nathanpayneInvesting@gmail.com. You can submit it to sellyourdeal.io. If you find a deal in the Atlanta area that meets this criteria, freaking bring it on over and we'll JV on it because I have buyers. So let me give you the criteria. They want I know this is kind of crazy, but they want a 12% gross return on their investment. So they want to be able to find a property that for around $180,000. It's about the 1% rule. They want to find a property for about $180,000 that can rent for about $1,800 a month. I know that might be hard to find in Atlanta, but we're about to try and find it. Apparently, they're doing a lot of deals. So that's where I'm going to focus my marketing. They told me what areas they want where you can find those deals. They said DeKalb County. So a lot of what I'm going to do is trying to find those deals in those areas and market for free. But that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too long and bore all of you, but I need you to, as you're learning and going through this challenge, I need to implement what I'm teaching you so you can actually go out and take action. All right. So does anyone have any questions that's in the live? Is there anything that anyone would like to see or any questions they'd like to ask before I wrap up? I got a lot to do today. It's been a great day. I'm excited this week. We're going to crush it and get a lot of leads now that I have a firm foundation base of what I need to do. Guys, it took about 3 or 4 days to really understand the market and know what I need to do and get all my systems and processes set up. I'm ready to go. Now I just need a market. So any questions? I know there's a couple of you on the live. Any questions? What did you think? Was it good? Yeah, man. I mean, he's a buyer too, so he knows that I wasn't, it was wrong. It wasn't the right price, right? Cool, man. Thank you. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Mhm. It was. It was. Yeah. 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 So that was a separate call. By the way, if you guys can't hear, it's people in my mentorship are asking questions. So, Joe, so you're, yeah, that are you wanting to know where you can go back and watch all of these? Is that what you're asking? Mhm. Yeah. It's Yeah, you're watching it all. So a buyer called me this morning, so I didn't record that. A buyer, I did talk to a buyer on another call. So unfortunately, the buyer calls I don't have all of them, but and is that something that it would be helpful for you to see how I talk to buyers? Yeah, let me think because I do have, let's see, I do have that call where I called a buyer. Um, yeah, let me see what I can get. Yeah, yeah. No, it's because that's kind of what happened in this challenge is like I got the house under contract. I talked to New Western. I talked to a couple other buyers, and they're telling me like, "Hey, brother, you're at 550. 450 is actually the ARV," and that's all I really needed to know to know I was like what I needed to change, right? So the conversations, just to let you know, like weren't too extensive other than like, hey, I'm at 450. 450 is what I have. 50K is the the rehab, and then all their numbers are everything they said was this, right? It was like, hey, I need to be making, they confirmed it. So that's why like having buyers is good because it's like, okay, I'm not in a market where these numbers don't make sense. And that's kind of like why I kind of got the house under contract at the beginning because I was like, this will give me an ability to really understand because this is like a proof of concept. This is a true property. I'm not just like thinking of like potential, right? So I had it. Nobody wanted it at the price. I'm way off. They gave me the price they wanted it for, and then the numbers checked out to be exactly what I teach and what everyone should know. It's they want to make a flipper that's going to be putting in 50 plus $43,000 of their own money over 6 months is going to want to make a return of 10 to 20% of the ARV of what they're spending their money on, right? That makes sense. Yeah. So and what I'm doing as I'm going through these for the mentorship, bro, I'm actually putting, I have them over here, but I'm actually putting all the YouTube videos like in here. So like for example, on day one, we went through setting up your systems. So if you go here, set up a Gmail account, here's the YouTube video on how to set up the Gmail account. Here's the video on how to set up your calendar. So I'm taking all these and cutting them up. So as you go through the system and the process, like step by step, it's there's videos on everything. So that might be easier than just going here and getting like just the pieces. Here it's like, okay, as I follow these steps, there's tutorials and step by step videos on each. Cool. All right. So Joe, where I'm at and where everybody probably that's following along with me is we've established the mindset, we picked the market, we've networked, we should have some good buyers in place just from everything that I've showed you guys. And that's where do you find them? Well, I found mine through I couldn't go to RIAs because I'm not local there. I joined investor Facebook groups. The investor Facebook groups, unfortunately, like they're not panning out as well as I thought they would in Atlanta. They work really good in Utah, but not a lot of investors are hitting me up. Maybe it's because I'm looking at a lot of these groups and a lot of them are spam. There's like a lot of people in there that like are from other countries so I think maybe there's a lot of investors like, I'm not going to mess around on this group. Right. I use batch leads to find buyers. I've been doing this on this challenge, use other softwares. I've networked with agents. New Western is money. They really help out. And they're the ones I had a call with this morning. Title companies are great because they're the ones that gave me the hedge fund that I'm working with right now. I have not called any hard money lenders just because I don't feel like I've needed to at this point. Social media actually has gotten me some good buyers too. So once you establish some good relationships and okay, hey, look, if I can find something at, in this price range, I can wholesale it. And if I can't, then I know I can do novation or creative. That's kind of where we're at right now. And you all know how to analyze a deal now. So it's like, okay, what are we doing right now to find leads consistently? And it's going to come down to tomorrow, starting to use softwares to make offers on the MLS, JVing, starting to find deals that are in the area where I want from other wholesalers, making offers on other wholesalers' deals, using social media, and trying to find lists. If I can't pay any money, spend any money on marketing, I'm going to have to find some lists from buyers in that area and be like, hey, I'll call them for you. And then you either call with a dialer or you call yourself. And these are the activities that I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days for the rest of the challenge to find these deals. Once I find them, it's time to make offers and then get them closed. So it's exciting. All right. Good stuff. All right. We got some other people saying, can I rewatch this on Facebook? Yes, you can rewatch this on the Facebook. Like Joe was saying, this guy says, man, you are a bad mentor. I wish I had the money to get into your course. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see. Also, how are you presenting the deal to buyers? Just the address and numbers, or are you putting a presentation together? So for now, I've just sent them the email, the listing link. I just said, hey, I have this under contract. Do you want to, what's your offer? That's all I've done at this point. You can make a nice little email. I'll probably, because I want relationships with my buyers, I'll probably just call them, right? I'm not trying to email blast this out. I just want to send it to a couple buyers that I'm cool with and say, hey, give me your offer. Yes or no. Let's go. Not trying to just, blast it out and do all that work. I want something quick. I need to get a deal quick. Okay. I've had some other questions on here and I'll have to get to those soon. We'll have to get to those later because I got to roll ski. But hey, I hope that was helpful for everybody. Establish that foundation and time to make some offers and get to work. Okay. We know what people want to buy now. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Peace out. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.